I feel like we should have rehearsed that. Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Hello.
Yeah.
Welcome to Banter over Brunch, man. This is so exciting.
It is.
My name is Kanji.
And I'm Alexia Musau. And yeah,
welcome to our corner in the internet space.
Yes.
So basically for this intro, we're just going to tell you what we talked about for this episode, and we're very excited to be finally on YouTube.
Yes, true.
But this episode, this is not the part for us to do that. You'll have to listen to the content to get to hear the full gist.
Yeah.
But maybe we can talk about some of the few things that we talked
about. Okay, I think from the title you can tell that we delved into friendship. We love talking about friendship because I think it's such a...
That's the season where... Actually, no, that's just something that
everyone is going
continually
through. Yeah, and it's something very intimate and very, so we talked about friendship and we spoke about red flags and green flags in friendship. It was an interesting one. I mean, we delved into different aspects of friendship and we also uttered ourselves where we felt we
failed it as friends
and things that we're learning in our friendships as well.
Yes, so a lot of things that we're going to touch on in this episode, and I really, really hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed recording it.
Yes.
And anything else you want to include in this intro?
Remember
you can always listen to us on our podcast listening platforms, but we've given so many incentives throughout the video, so I think we can just get straight into it, not unless you have something else to add, Alexia.
Yeah, just as you're getting to the video, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
love you guys.
Yeah,
we are road to 1K.
So make sure you
B.O.B. at
right
1K.
Right now, subscribe.
Okay.
Enjoy. Hi guys.
Sorry.
Well, you just laughed right off the bat of the episode.
I can't believe it's happening. Like,
we're finally on YouTube.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
The song has ended. We've sung this song for 1.5 years. The song has come to an end.
Oh, well, for those who don't know us, I'm sure we got to know us in the intro, but hi, my name is Kanji.
And I'm Alexia Musau.
And this is our little project, our Banter over Brunch. And for those who don't know us, we've been here for 1.5 episodes. So maybe that's why this episode is like episode 50.
I took a 60 bado.
I don't know.
I think it's episode 59. Yeah, it should be episode 59.
Yeah, which tells you there's a lot for you to catch up on. 59 episodes, if you're new here.
Worth of content, guys. Yes. We started during the pandemic year 2020.
Yeah.
And now it's 2022. Things have chilled a bit. So you can imagine all that we have gone through from 2020 till now.
For us to be able to actually do visual episodes. Actually, we were talking in the last episode and saying this has always been in the blueprint.
Yeah.
We had always said we want to do visual episodes. And this year now it's a bit post-pandemic. And I think now we are ready and set to go. Shout out to all the people who've been able to make this happen.
Yeah.
Shout out to the videographer who's filming this right now. Shout out to Aura Holmes.
Yes.
Is it Aura? Aura Holmes for giving us this space to be able to shoot this video, and thank you to Radio 254 for
being our biggest supporters.
Everything else Radio 254, so shout out to them, man.
Yeah, amazing. So this is Banter over Brunch. It's where two African babes link up, Kenyan babes every weekend, every Friday,
and Wednesday
to talk about life. Okay, so Friday is the main episode, and then on Sundays we do have a live radio show on Radio 254.
Yes.
And then we post it as a podcast episode, which will not have visuals, but you can find it on all podcast streaming platforms.
Yeah, so our Sunday show it's called the Brunch Hour. So if you like this content, you just know you have an excess. You have variety. Listen to the other 58 episodes. You also listen to the Wednesday episodes. There's so much more in store for you for the audio content. We don't want to lose touch into the fact that this is a podcast. But of course, we also wanted to, share a space with an even bigger audience. And that's why we decided to move more into YouTube.
Yeah. So is there anything else for an introduction? I just feel like there's so many people who've never heard of us. YouTube can take you anywhere. I think we can do an introduction.
We're just assuming here at
tumezoea hii nini. Yeah, YouTube, even maybe we're in Uganda right now. Maybe we're And they're like, who are these?
Yeah, these already saying,
you know us.
Maybe you want to start.
Not really.
Me, I don't want to start.
Okay, I don't have much to me. My name is Alexia, as I said at the beginning. Online, I'll put my handles. It's Miss Musau. That's most people know me as Miss Musau online. And yeah, I'm a content creator and a podcast. That's what I'm doing currently full time, and excited to see where this takes me.
Yeah, actually, I'm trying to remember what we talked about in our very first intro of the podcast. What were we even talking about?
How we met.
Oh, yeah, how we met and how we decided to. Okay, yeah, anyway, so maybe we'll touch on that briefly, but maybe you should listen to the other episode 1. Yeah. But my name is Alice Kanji, podcaster. Sometimes I'm a content creator, but I'm lagging on that front. I also work in marketing. I've worked in marketing for a while, and yeah, I'm very excited to be on YouTube. It's not my first rodeo on YouTube.
Yeah,
I actually had a YouTube channel for quite some time, for about 1.5 years, 2 years almost.
So it's still there.
And then
okay,
so it's still there.
No content.
I'm not active yet, but I think I'm just waiting, honestly, to finish this big chunk of uni that I have left. Not big chunk, the small bit of uni I have left.
Yeah.
Before I decide, okay, let me put myself out there now, back into full force content creation. But yeah, our baby has been in live, like we said, for almost one year and a couple of months.
Yeah.
And anyway, we're not gonna get.
Okay, now you know us. Like, follow us. Yeah. How did we meet?
How did we meet? No,
we met through mutual friends.
We met, yeah.
And yeah, one thing led to another. I think our interests are very much similar. So sooner or rather or later, we had to work together. And yeah, we decided in 2020 to work together. And it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
So welcome to
our space.
Anyway, okay, so we had an episode planned for you guys, actually.
Yeah.
Not just talking.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm shy.
Yeah, we're just guys, we're actually just
very shy. You know, podcast is so different than YouTube because we could be anywhere. We could just be chilling, and man sees us and all that.
Looking shady.
Yeah, but you know, this is the year we get out of our comfort zone, and that's exactly what we've done.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get.
Wow, we're actually doing visuals.
Yeah. If you're an OG, you know this song has been sung.
You can now rest. But now that you're here, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you like,
share,
leave a comment, tell us what you like about the video, the prompts that we're probably gonna give you in the middle of the video, just so that you can kind of get your opinions as well.
Yes.
Yeah, just interact with us, and we want to grow this YouTube family and just this Banter of a Brunch family. So interact with us.
Okay. Yeah, let's get into it. So anyway, today we're talking our debut episode for the podcast on YouTube. We're going to be talking about red flags and green flags, because we always focus on the red flags. And today we want to do, because to every red flag there's a green flag most of the time, hopefully. Yeah.
That does not even make sense. To every red flag there's a green flag.
Not to every black there's white. Okay, no.
Okay.
No.
But okay, yeah, I do get
you get what I'm saying.
For every good there's a bad.
Yes, for every good there's a bad. So relationships are very wide. I mean, we have friendships, we have romantic relationships. So I'm just going to touch on a bit of both in terms of like the red flags and the green flags.
I thought we were going to do friends.
Yeah.
And then next week we do the relationships.
Okay, I think we can do that so that we maximize.
Yeah.
We don't have to give it too much for one day. You get it? Okay, let's do friendships. I love talking about friendships.
We love talking about friendships on
our
this
episode on friendships is
every time we touch on friendships, you guys like that. So maybe that's our secret. That's our secret weapon.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with friendships. We'll start with the red flags. So it's okay. So the first thing is like, there's this, you know how I remember someone saying, okay, hi guys, I like stories, so I'll always but I'll get to the point. I wanted to journal at some point, and someone told me you should always go back to what you write on your journal, because it can tell you a lot about how you feel in some people's spaces and stuff like that. So I think one red flag of a friendship is when you leave their space and you feel awful. You just feel drained and you just feel like, why did I even hang out with so and so? Yeah,
they make you feel maybe less of a person or less in some way. I 100% agree. There are friends who, when you meet, you're just skeptical about something, whether it's maybe the way you dress, and they're gonna make a joke that's not really a joke to you about maybe your parents, or just about your personality. You can't, the moment you can't be yourself, almost 100, 100% is, understandable. But if you feel like the need to not be yourself, almost like to a decent amount, which is like 90% yourself, then even when it comes to relationships, then that's definitely a red flag. Because are you waiting for a moment? I think what happens is you fall in love with the potential, which is what we always do,
of the friendship or stuff like that.
Yeah, this person is still a nice person, but when it's good, it's just these few character traits that they have. But are they character traits that affect you and make you feel like, I'm allowed to curse on this visual?
No. And okay, now you even touched on something about the comments and stuff like that, and that was another point, but I can tie it into that. When they make jokes about your insecurities and stuff like that, or when they actively bully you. There's bullying in friendship. It sounds strange,
it's true,
but there's some friendships where it's like you're not treated as equals. When donatumwa, like you. Sorry, we're international. You're the one who is being sent over and over again, and they just put you down, especially when you're hanging out together. So that's, by the time you're coming to your space, it's like, or you're just drained.
Those friends who are friendship groups that are very hierarchical, like we see the way in movies, the queen bee, and then her, the followers. Yeah, most of the times when you're a follower, there's always an aspect of you feeling like shit. Feeling like shit. I think you'll just beep the parts where we cuss. So and these things you think these things you start them in primary and you think they end in the workplace.
Yeah, true.
Even when you finish uni, even when you're 50 years old, I think the problems are just the same. It's just in different magnitudes and age groups. But 1,000% agree with that first point.
So I think just introspect and just see, when I'm with so and so, there's where I feel afterwards, and it's usually a heavy feeling, so for sure you'll feel it and know, so maybe we can even talk about the insecurities. How when sometimes, especially girls, even guys, or you're trying to impress a group of guys, so you're just there saying, now you and your funny shaped head and stuff like that, and and you laugh it off as a joke, but why would you joke about my funny shaped head, even if it's funny shaped?
Your skin is never clear 24/7, you just have pimples.
Imagine being told that, like, especially, and even as we've had an episode on body image and stuff like that, and things especially about the body are very sensitive, and not only to girls, even to guys, even beard, something, maybe your beard doesn't grow. Sasa wewe na hizi manywele ndogo ndogo, you and these small hairs.
Ngoja ameona mbili, amebrag, yani that's his felt the most, and then like you just go and like
make a joke, and then in front of his crush, let's even make it worse. In front of this girl, he's trying to,
let me not even talk. Let me not even say anything, because I know I've had moments where, especially when I'm in. I've not been the kindest to people when you know what I'm talking about, Alexia. But no, I'm a nice person.
Can you change your ways? So guys, Alice has just confessed to being a bit funny. No, but there's space to improve on this podcast.
Also, but I was gonna say internal insecurities, especially, also touch a lot, because someone can know that you're depressed, you're going through depression, and then mukikosana when you're having an argument, they fix it there into the argument. Like, that's why you can't even be mentally stable if that's the way you do things, or you can't even get yourself out of bed because you're just So I think those ones can
sting.
Hurt even more.
They can really sting.
Actually, no, there's no pain that's more significant than the other. Just be nice people, and that's a red flag. Exactly. If they're just constantly saying something that you've mentioned to them you're insecure about, and instead they turn it to a joke, that's a red flag.
True. And insecurities are things. By the time even someone knows about an insecurity, you've had to be very vulnerable with them. So for them to bring it up in a situation, in whatever situation generally, it's not good. for sure. Anyway, another point is, like, especially with friendships, there's that feeling sometimes you feel like, hey, I'm the only one making effort.
Yeah, when it feels one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually, there was sometime very recent for me, I've gone through a similar experience where me and one very close friends of mine, we stopped talking for over like 6 months, just because one, we weren't good communicators, which is, I mean, come on, always communication can solve a lot of things, but also both of us were feeling like we are not putting equal effort to the friendship, in that I was feeling I was the one putting the effort and they were feeling that they were the one putting the effort. So this is a big thing. It's a big reason why friendships can do not work out. And also, you as a person, I think you should also know that if you're feeling one-sided, in no matter what circumstances, I think this applies to both relationship and friendships, then if you're feeling uncomfortable in that friendship, I think it's a red flag, and it's a sign that maybe you shouldn't be in that space, especially if you've talked about things and they keep ignoring them.
I mean, effort is required for everything. For anything that you want to grow, you have to put in effort. If it's a podcast, we've had to put effort. If it's relationships, if it's school, if it's work, you have to put effort. So, and I think what hurts the most is when, you can know when, my friend is really busy for this past 3 weeks. Like, work is hectic. I won't have time to see her. That's okay. But if you see this friend actively making time for other people, but when it comes to it, those ones of, I don't have money today. I don't have time. And then you go online, this person is partying, is having a good time, is making time for everyone else but you. Then that's when it starts to feel very one-sided, honestly. And
even money-wise,
and especially even when you're showing up for this person. Like, let's say you have a graduation party, you have a birthday, and you've been showing up for this person for so long, and then when it's your turn and you love supporting any kind of manner, it's like they are just unavailable, honestly.
Yeah. But also, you remember there's an episode we were talking about how sometimes things happen and you now, I'm just playing the devil's advocate. You don't know you're doing that thing that it's hurting someone else. I think someone is, and that's where communication comes in. But what I'm trying to say is, maybe you as the person who is feeling
some type of
you're feeling okay, and your friend is feeling you're not putting, but you've just been so caught up in your life, and you're not giving priority to other friends. You're the one in the club with other people because you maybe you've been connecting more with this, like this is the season where you're spending more time with these friendships, and you fail to realize that maybe your friend, you've by your friend. And I think that's so, I as much as we are victims of this, I think you can also be the person who is the reason behind your friends feeling like this relationship is also one-sided. So I think also you be conscious, or you as an individual, be conscious about how am I as a friend, in as much as we are looking at red flags in friendships. Also, you're not a perfect person, so I think also just stop introspect.
No, but it's true. I think also communication is very important in all these things that we are saying. As you said, like, you could be going about your business thinking, it's not a big deal, or maybe you don't even think this other friend values you as much, so your absence won't make a big deal. If we don't see each other in 2 months, what's the big deal about it? So read the room and also communicate as well.
If you've noticed your friend is the one who's been has hit you up 3 times in a row and you've not been the one doing, know that you're kind of not putting your end of the bargain. True. So also, like, in terms of sharing good news, you know how there's this thing of evil eye, or just feel some type of way before telling someone something, do you think that's like a red flag? I think there's an aspect to it that's a red flag. Actually, it is a red flag. Like I said, if you're not feeling you can be almost 100% with yourself with this person, then that's a red flag in itself. And I think that ties into this, where you're feeling, I can't tell them this because they normally can't react. But it depends on good news. Sometimes is relative. Good news is not you going back with your partner who has been acting how, and to you he's ghosted you for 10 months instead of moving on. Now you good news is he's come back, now he's genuine. Of course, now that one
obviously
you're like,
you're a true friend with line.
I can't tell you because no, we are not supporting that. We're supporting the
that's all good news.
It's
relative.
But either way, whether it's good news, bad news, or even that relationship
True.
that you're scared to say,
It should be
you should be able to just say, I know you're not gonna support this, but this is what's going down and whatever. And me as a friend, I'll tell you, of course, I'm not supporting this, but I'll be here for you.
Yeah.
We see where things go. Actually, which reminds me, I was listening to another podcast and I'm trying to get your opinion on what would you do if your friend is marrying someone who you do not support. Maybe you've seen them cheating and they're not believing that he's a cheater, or his character is just not good for you, and maybe you've been invited to be a bridesmaid.
Hey, okay, me, I'll just honestly, I'll communicate how I feel.
Will you go for the wedding?
I'll communicate and then support you. That decision, whether you want to marry him or not, is entirely up to you. But what I know, I will tell you before you walk down that aisle. I'll tell you, and at the end of the day, you're my friend. I'm not even coming there for this guy. I'm coming there to support you.
What if the guy had tried to hit on you?
I will tell all that information. If you decide to disqualify me from the bridal team, it's fine. But if after telling you all that information, you still want me to be there and support you, I'll show up for you.
I don't know. I'm at crossroads. I guess I'll show up for you. But depending on the gravity of this guy, or maybe if it's done something to me, or if it's something he's abusive.
Yeah.
They're just to an extent of support where I won't be able to provide for you. He's an abusive guy and I'm walking down the aisle as your bridesmaid. I don't think
it's
can
like,
do
okay,
that.
I don't know. Yeah, true. Now that I've thought about it, I feel
in fact,
I'll be very invested.
Maybe
like
as a protest, if it's something as serious as that, as a protest, maybe a couple of us shouldn't come to the wedding.
Even like the bridal team,
the bridal team. Yeah, nobody wants to come to this wedding if it's. I think that's anyway.
Because I know even like our series, Why Women Kill.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's this episode. I don't know. I assume you've passed it because I watch things very slowly. Have you? Okay, so like the neighbor was being beaten.
Yeah, the abusive neighbor. Yeah.
So and then. Was it April who gave the story of how her dad used to beat up her mom, and everyone was so quiet about it? Like, so I feel like that's standing up and saying, "Me, I'm not going to see you go die in that marriage. It's not worth it. We're not supporting this." Yeah. So obviously it depends, but please don't also, even when you're in relationships, don't be so
naive,
hard-headed. Yeah, you don't want to hear things. I know it's easier said than done, but if 10 people come and tell you this guy is hitting on us,
if it's one person and it's just one person, but be very conscious if it's 3, even if it's 3 of your closest people, your mom, your sister, and your closest friend, watatu wamekushu, there's something off. I think I'm not saying leave, but just be conscious about what people are saying. Because at the end of the day, vitu za watu wawili, you can't know. But anyway, that's an episode for another.
We I was saying, what was I saying? This thing about sharing good news now, especially in terms of like promotions. I think things that add to you as a person in terms of
just
I got a new job, your growth. Let's just put it as your growth, because I feel like if I'm not able to share that news, and I'm not saying share immediately, you have a hint that this might happen. Some things you don't have to tell someone then disappoint them. So sometimes you want things to first come to fruition, then you can share, which is okay. But if even at that point you're scared to tell someone like, oh, I got this job, or I've been promoted, because of how they'll react, then that should be like a warning sign to you that, okay, maybe there's a way this person
they're not supporting.
You've
gotten it, and me, I applied for 5 jobs.
After you don't deserve it. Now just masana. How did they select?
Yeah, kwani how did they select? Sometimes it's not even open like that. It's just like
small comments.
Hey, me, I tried 10 times and I've not gotten anything. And they don't even say congratulations. Like, guy, now me, or they make it about them, or they'll just be like, hey, Kwani, how did they select?
I was going to give an example, but the people I want to use in that example, I am sure they'll watch this, so let me just keep peace. But yeah, because let me just share it in a way that they make it's not so obvious. So there are these 2 people I know.
Maybe we should give male and female names for our characters, in case we name.
Okay, can we do that next episode?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
We'll do that. We'll come back
So let's just say 2 ladies, Violet and Virginia. Why have I chosen such hard names?
Virginia of Yani of all the okay, sure. Violet and Virginia.
Violet and Virginia. So Violet, I was sharing some news, and it's like biological news, like things that happen biologically, not a job, you know. And now Virginia said, you're making me feel so old that me I've not been able to get that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, you've just made it all about yourself. This life is not a competition. This thing can happen to anyone at any point and stage in life. And you know, I was talking to Violet, and she's like, even me, I felt some type of way when Virginia said that, because I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said it, you know. Yeah, so
yeah, no, that if that makes you very skeptical about telling them good news again, because you're like, I mean, I am going to go through very high moments in my life. Like, this has just begun. And so having people to just tell you that congratulations, or, you know, sometimes it's, and people always say this, sometimes you will get congratulations more from strangers, or happy news, or more open arms.
People celebrate you. People you don't know will celebrate you more
than people closer to you.
Yeah, and I feel like that's not the way it should be. I mean, as much as you have outside fans, your inner circle should be the ones rooting for you.
Yeah, always, man. So if you're not feeling like, you know, you can share things openly, that's a red flag. Now,
let's just join this point with now sharing. Also, it's a red flag now if you share things in confidence to a friend, and then you hear that story with someone else
has reached
other people, and you're like, yeah.
I'm 50-50. Okay, let me not.
I know. Okay, even me.
I think it is an extent to which is acceptable. Okay, but the news itself. One, the gravity of the news, not gravity, the depth of the news, and two, which people and how many people.
And for me, it's especially if you told me don't tell anyone.
Yeah, especially if you have that detail of don't tell anyone. First of all, whoever you're telling is not trustworthy because they've told and have found out that you know.
Remember, even like there's a time you told me something. Why can't I remember? Oh, you told me something that was crazy. Like, it was an interesting conversation. Yeah. And then you asked my partner if he knew, and was like, no. And you were so shocked that I didn't tell him.
Oh, yeah.
And it was your story to tell, because I was like, that's something you've told me in confidence. Even me, I can't go start saying, now that you're my partner, I tell you everything about my friends. And for me, even the way you reacted, it affirmed me, like, okay, I should actually hold things in confidence. There are some obviously I can tell him, especially if it's a dilemma or something, or, you know. But if it's like something that can change a lot, or, you know,
has an impact.
Yeah. Then I need to know.
If your friend comes and tells you, I don't know, something like, I had an abortion. Then now that is the hot topic in the group chat.
Wrong. Already that's sensitive in itself.
Yeah, that's sensitive.
Whether you're pro-choice or pro-life, it's something that has happened to your body that needs for you to heal.
And if I felt confident enough to tell you that information, and then you go ahead and spread it, I think that's a huge red flag. And I think that one, I have a very deep, touchy feeling about it. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to adjust my mind.
It's okay. Yeah. So true. Like, if know when to shut up. Like, know when to shut up. Just know when to shut up, honestly. Now, the last one, before we go to, it's not always bad things about friendship, you know. We're about to get to the good stuff. We're going to get the good stuff. So I think one thing that's very touchy, it's a very touchy subject, is money. Yeah, you know that friend who is always
pesa.
So
pesa
atujalipa on time. Ama we go for drinks, Akisi, you'll buy the drinks, or doesn't pay back, just doesn't respect your money. Let me just put it like that, because I know sometimes or using you.
We feel like they're using you in general, I think.
And you know, sometimes people are so blinded they can't see. It needs an outsider to say, hey, by the way, Nani, she's driving your car, he's staying in your house, he's not contributing to rent.
Yeah, especially if wanajua you have money and they take advantage of that. So whenever you go out, they have an expectation of you being the one to pay, you being the one to do this. I think that's definitely a red flag.
You can even be called for plan just because the check, you're the big boy.
Oh, that's true.
They want to bam with a big boy, and you're the big boy. And I think for me, one thing, I like people who respect my money. Even as we have a chama that's up in chaos because some people don't just respect people's money. So like I was saying, money changes the dynamics of so many things, So as you're saying, even in chama, we started as friends, but now some of us are not good friends because you didn't send my money on time. And even in relationships, so many relationships have broken because of money dynamics and stuff like that. So I just feel like when it comes to people's money, you have to respect that. Because at the end of the day, you're slaving for that coin. So if someone just takes that coin like
it's nothing.
Kitu 2000 ni kitu yaku ninapose unanipigia simu and you're eating
every day na ni 2000
as you are borrowing that 2000 you are very humble, maintain that humility, maintain it up to the by the way, me I say, and I don't like this thing of lend out money that you're willing to lose. I should not be losing any money
in general.
Yes.
Yeah, especially by the time they come for the money, they are so emergency, the urgency. Oh my goodness. But paying back, it's like at least communicate if you're not going to be able to pay money back on time.
Exactly.
Or there's a mishap. Not you
now you
just
stop
taking it like she normally has money anyway, so
you stop picking up calls, you stop just shady behavior, honestly. So and if you have a friend like that who just is borrowing all the time, doesn't respect your money, is using you,
the one paying for things, and it's
just so funny because I've seen relationships where, even friendships where you can tell for sure this person is being used and they don't see it. So I think if people tell you,
it's different. Some guys normally see that you're using them and they're okay with it in terms of relationships, but in terms of friendships, I think it should be on equal equal places. I don't know what word I was looking for.
Anyway, I get it.
So now let's go to the green flags. See, everything is just dull here.
Is this bad?
Friendships are amazing.
They are.
So there are a lot of positives.
Yeah, for one, if they celebrate your wins, very simple, extremely simple. And I feel like even for me, that's one thing I want to challenge myself moving forward in my friendships. If you've got a job, let me send you some flowers. If you finish school, sasa watu wako graduate nitawatumia flowers or something, let me take you out for a drink, let me buy you a drink, let me take you out for lunch, I just want to show up for people in the small things are the big things at the end of the day. If you keep waiting for the big thing and then the big thing happens and
it's underwhelming,
maybe just build up to it. I
1000% agree. I also think that if you as a person are very eager to tell your friend about this good news, then that's also a really good green flag, because you already know they've been part of your support system and they're gonna be happy, they're gonna give you the response that you deserve. So that's definitely a green flag.
True. I think one thing also is, we're in the era of, in the decade where everyone knows love languages and it's something that we're trying to, because I think it's a thing, it is a thing, honestly, because even me, I know there's some ways I love to be loved, and I try to communicate sometimes how I want to be loved, and I also see sometimes I like to read how my friends love to be loved. So if it's someone who pays attention to your love languages and meets you at that point, if you're a gifter, they gift you. If you like quality time, they'll take you for errands. Even as we go shopping sometimes together, and that's how you feel, okay, we've enjoyed the friendship, I feel loved and stuff like that. I think that's also a green flag. I'm just in the lighting as
I'm seeing the videographer is very invested in this conversation as well. She's just
which is good. It's wholesome.
I 1000% agree. Love languages is for any type of relationship, whether it's your family, whether it's your close friend, whether it's your relationship. I think it's have that conversation. Sometimes you can assume, but of course it's easy to assume because of the interactions you have with them and the conversations that you have. You're going to just be able to tell this is something that they'd love. This is let me put this aside. Like we said, put effort in building that friendship by respecting their love languages. So like I was saying, have that conversation with your friend. What's your love language? Let me guess. I think we've had this conversation.
We have an episode titled.
So let me try and remember. Your love language is quality time.
Yeah, my top.
Yeah.
But I feel like in different season it's changing.
It's changing.
Yeah, but I still feel like, okay, yeah. I think yours was words of affirmation.
Yes.
You see?
I think now I'm moving more to...
Yeah.
Anyway, I wouldn't know, but maybe quality time is also very high up in the hierarchy.
I think, okay, I don't know. We'll review our love languages on another episode. Maybe the Valentine's
episode. Yeah, we're going to have the Valentine's.
Touch on that.
And we'll touch on love languages.
Yeah, so... No, and I think one thing I really like that. So my birthday was a couple of months ago, and one of my friends hit me up and she was like, "Hi, I like working with wish lists. So just tell me some of the things that you'd like for your birthday." And for me, that was so.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, so cool.
People should do this.
And I did the same for her birthday. And okay, I know sometimes I like surprises. But also sometimes, I mean, you can get me at least things that I want and then surprise me with something, because again, this assuming, this guessing, and then you bring me something, then I'm like, surely, and it's very few friends I tell that I want this, and this. So it's not something obvious. I'd rather you ask, and then you can do.
What I'll do this year is on my Instagram.
Put a wish list.
I just put wish list so that people can choose what they can get for me.
Yeah, even I'm thinking of a way I can do it so that you can tick if you've taken it, or it can be cancelled. Because now 5 people can bring me. 5 people can bring me one thing. Then now, they pick the cheapest. You just say taken. Then you choose from the rest. Imagine being brought for 10 what Bluetooth speakers or something. What am I doing with them?
Business.
What? Now you're giving me work to advertise, organize delivery, and it shouldn't be a difficult thing,
Yeah.
I think the more you make it open, because we're now, like I was saying, for my friend's birthday, I was able to say, oh, tell me what you want. Send me like 5 things. Let me pick out what I can. And yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I think it's time to have that conversation with your friend. This is your sign to go and just ask your friend what their love language is so that you can be able to meet the expectations at least halfway. Yeah. I think the next point that I'll say is a good green flag is that they want the best for you, even if it makes you uncomfortable or it makes you sad. You don't want this thing to happen. Just, they're happy for you and they celebrate your wins. Or if it's something like, my best friends, I have a couple of them who have gone abroad and, I just want them to, take this step into their careers, to have that exposure. And of course, I don't want to live 1,000 billion miles away from my homies. I don't want to separate from that friendship. But of course, I want them to succeed. And of course, I want them to, have this opportunity. Even though you have, like, let's say we have this podcast and then Alexia has an opportunity to go to South Africa. Of course, I'm going to feel terrible.
Adios, amigo.
I can't not want that for her because, yeah.
We'd figure it. That's a happen.
Anyway,
South African audience,
I'm
ready.
Together.
We're ready. We're coming. We come as a package. But yeah, that's very true. And I'm not a person who deals easily with. Even if you were to go, if my best friend was to leave the country, I think I'm very clingy. I can be clingy. So
you can just cry for 10 years, but
it can be so uncomfortable. Like there's FaceTime.
That's the good thing about technology.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes also it brings people closer together because now you just don't have as much access. You're not taking for granted the time to be together.
But guys, it's just beyond traveling as well. It's just just wanting the best for them. And you can tell that they want the best for you always.
Yeah,
even when you're sick, they just you can see an effort in friendship when you can just see it.
If they want to, they will.
Yeah, if they want to, they will.
Yeah, even I had like some friends who moved still in Kenya, but not in Nairobi for work. And like would go visit, would go over the weekend, sleep over, chill, it's uncomfortable because I can't hang out with you any other day, every other day, but I'll make the effort to come chill with you, hang out with you. And already it's difficult for you. The whole transition is difficult for you. A friend who is not supporting should be the least of your worries, you know.
Yeah,
I need to be there for you and all that. So yeah, that's definitely a green flag.
And is this gonna be the last point that I'm about to say, or do you have one? Do you want to say first?
I think, okay, you can just go ahead. If I think of anything, I can bring it up.
Yeah, I think the last one that I'll say is that they support your hustle. Even if it's in a small way or a big way, you can still feel that they support your hustle. Now, we were having this debate last week with Alexia, whether just, for example, we have this podcast. And does it mean that whenever we release an episode or a piece of content, that if our friends don't retweet or repost on their pages, does that make them bad people? And what do you think? I think
for me, if you have to question yourself, if you have to question the situation, then probably there is something wrong. For me, I always say, if you share at least one video a year, that's okay. But if it's like a mind-blowing video that strangers are sharing and you're just sitting tight with it, and for me, support goes way beyond even sharing. If you're sending content ideas, if you've called and texted, if you've, but sometimes people can also do it in private, like, I've told you, but I don't want other people to know you're doing that. Which is just like,
what do you feel about that? I feel like
that's being so shady. It's fine, but check your heart. Even you check your heart. Just you know when you're being like jealous or you're not envious. You know when your heart is not right. Yeah. So, but for me, especially like someone like my close friend, I'll definitely take it to heart and also know the different levels of friendship.
I understand your position because if it's your really, really close friend, there's an expectation, obviously, because that's your homie. But if it's an acquaintance level, I won't crucify you if
but I'll just
you
be
don't
like,
do something.
You're not graduating to friend,
but
acquaintance.
There's again, support can come in different ways. It's very easy to support people, whether it's a creative person, whether it's someone who got a new job, whether it's supporting your hustle. If you've just started a new business, man, it doesn't have to be at you purchase. You can just call me and you tell me,
or referrals,
me,
especially if it's a product that you're not using or a service that you don't need. If someone asks, I should be top of mind, especially if I have good reviews and so I always feel like you will know when it's funny.
Okay, cool.
So I think for me, I can give this as the last point. A green flag is someone who respects your boundaries. I don't know, I feel like we've discussed this before. I feel like I mentioned
we've done very many episodes.
True, we've talked a lot. So I think just someone who respects your boundaries, especially if it's something that you've made clear to. Boundaries are not things that should be assumed. It's always good to communicate certain boundaries, and if someone feels the need to go against that, then that's not a good friend. But if someone respect and then take it personally, and okay, please remind me where I said this.
We said respect your boundaries because it was more like you've clearly communicated that.
It's okay. Sorry. Thank you for helping me. Because I remember, because it's the last episode that we did, things that we're unlearning.
Yes.
And I said when someone communicates, especially a friend or a partner communicates a boundary, they're not trying to push you away. They're trying to make sure that the friendship is on track and is maintained. So when you communicate that, someone
you
being
don't like
able,
a particular habit, or let's say something like you whenever you drink, you act like this, or whenever you drink around me, you always say mean things that I don't appreciate, and you communicate that many times, or maybe I don't know if that's the best example,
or even just say like never talk about my family, or never talk, just something very,
don't make jokes, or don't post me on don't post me on social media like that.
Okay. Or don't post my kids online.
Yeah.
And then your friend has come picture. Your kids are everywhere, and it's something that you've said, I don't want my kids online, So is it a red flag or a green flag? You get it. So someone who posts, it is a red
who
flag.
You've just told them, I don't like this kindly. And from that moment you can see they consciously, when that topic comes around, they're very conscious about how they go about it, and you don't have to keep saying the same thing over and over again. Yeah,
I think that's a great way to end the episode.
Yeah, that's a great way to end the episode. Now
oh my god, I feel
let's
so
head over to the outro.
I don't know if you guys are like, oh, we're new here, we're new in this space, so I hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so I think we've come to the end of our first episode on YouTube. If you're on audio,
come on, we want you all to support us on YouTube. You can just head on just to see our face for 5 minutes. If you listened, then
you can go back to your usual.
But yeah, this was. What do you think of the episode for our first YouTube video?
I hope you guys like it, but we're authentic. We're just us, so we can't do what other people do. We'll just do what we do. We're Banter Over Brunch, so we'll probably incorporate Brunch somehow. Somewhere. At least now that we have visuals and you can actually see us. But people eating and speaking is not the best.
Yeah, honestly, we tried it on Radio 54 today.
We've done it a couple of times, and it's just very chewy.
It's just especially me. I don't know how to multitask, but I will figure it out. Don't worry.
Do.
Exciting things coming. Please support us on our Instagram at Banter Over Brunch and VOB Podcast _ on our Twitter. We are coming in this season with a bang. This is season 4.
Yes.
This is season 4, episode 2. Amma. Yeah, this is actually just episode 2. I'm at episode 3.
If we add the Radio 54 ones.
Oh yeah, this is episode 3. So
I'm a 4. Okay, yeah.
You know what? The season just started. That's the end game. The season just started, and so we're really excited to see what content creation has in store for us. Make sure you share with a friend, and in the comments, please tell us about your red flags or green flags in friendships, or rather some of your experiences that we can share in the next episode. Right before we start the episode, I think we can be sharing what experiences you've had when you leave us in the comments or in our DMs as well. They're always open. So
feel free. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to make sure you like, share, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Let's start with 1,000. Road to 1K.
Road to 1? Oh my god. Okay, sorry guys. Road to 1K. And make sure you also need the bell, so that you're reminded every time we post an episode. Exactly. But yeah, I think
you can also email us at bantoverbrunch in case for any
@gmail.com.
At gmail.com,
business_inquiries.com
for business inquiries. All these links will be in the description box, including where you can listen to our audio episodes and our Wednesday episodes, because remember, this is just for Friday episodes, but for more content, we also do Wednesday episodes for the Brunch Hour in partnership with Radio 254. Anything else we're leaving out?
I don't know. Shout out to our team. Shout out behind the camera, Allure Homes.
Do you want to say hi? Do you want to come say hi in front of the camera? Say hi to the people. Yeah, Yay. That's our videographer who's helping this vision come to life. So, yeah. It better be nice now that you've shown your face. You'll show your face, and if you catch, that's how we'll know.
Yes, and shout out to Aura Homes for giving us this lovely space. Yes, shout out to them.
It's very lovely setup. Next week we're gonna go somewhere even different. You can see the different sections. So, took on our plans.
It's amazing. Thank you so much. Anyway, my name is Alexia Musau.
My name is Alexia.